this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this pull tab card with the Beauty of Friendship bundle. So you pull on the little tab and you get to see some messages. So this is the Beauty of the Earth suite. It includes the Beauty of Friendship bundle, which has these lovely two-step stamping trees with a distinctive stamp and a more detailed stamp, these lovely sentiments and a tiny little splatter stamp and a shadow stamp, dies that cut out the leaves of the trees, these nice label dies, this pair of birds, and these extra dies that cut out this lovely large tree with leaves and like shadow or a outline behind the leaves. It also includes this lovely designer series paper that kind of has this watercolored look with the sky, leaves, and different designs. And this lovely deep textured bark embossing folder, which I really love. And I showcased in another video with a different card that you should go check out. So for this card, I'm going to start off with a template. I always like to use a template. And this is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. I'm using shimmery white this time because I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring on it. And I'm going to do the watercoloring first, and then I'm going to cut it. So let's start with the watercoloring, and then I will talk about the cutting. So here's my piece of shimmery white, and I'm going to use a scrap piece of paper here. And I'm going to watercolor with Mossy Meadow on the bottom. And I think I'm going to make it a little bit darker this time. So I've used a re-inker to put some ink in the bottom. And I've got my aqua painter here. It's a little bit low on water, but I've got enough here. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit of water to get it going. Okay, a little bit of water. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to grab some water. And actually, I forgot, I usually get some water on my paper first. You know what, this doesn't feel like shimmery white. It does not feel like shimmery white. It does not look like shimmery white. So I'm going to get some shimmery white. I'm gonna double check that. Okay, this is shimmery white, I can tell, because there's definitely a shimmer to it. So just double check and make sure you're using shimmery white. So usually I get the bottom wet first because I don't like streaks, and you usually get streaks if you don't get it wet first. But I'm just going to use a lot of water and hope for the best here. So I think that is good, except I'm going to run out of water. I need to be more prepared. But I'm just going to make this a little bit darker than I made the other one, because Mossy Meadow is a dark color. I want it to be dark. And with shimmery white, the paper kind of allows you to have more time to work with the water. And it doesn't, the paper doesn't warp as badly, or what's the word? It just works better with the water. So I'm gonna go grab some more water and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got a full tank of water. So there's my Mossy Meadow. And then use Misty Moonlight for the sky. So I'm just gonna flip this around, and I'm gonna, this time I'm gonna remember, whoops, I need to have my paper towel ready. I'm going to remember to kind of get this wet first. I'm going to draw a line right there because I don't want the colors to mix this time. I want there to be a definition, a line between my sky and my ground. So I'm going to grab some of this Misty Moonlight. I'm just going to get the line going here. This is definitely going to be darker, yeah? Yes. I'm just going to get some of that nice color on there. This is going to look really nice. We'll see how it looks when I stamp the trees though, because maybe it'll be too dark with the trees, but we'll see. I just felt like it was a little bit too light when I was doing the card. Okay, that's nice and dark. So you're going to set that aside to dry, and you can just squeeze the water and this will eventually come out clear, and then that'll be clean. Close that up. So set that aside to dry. Okay, and now we're going to cut. So for the card base, I have a piece of 4¼ by 5½ That's our regular card base. And then for the piece that we are going to pull inside, I have a piece of 3 by, let me just double check. Yes, 3 by 4½ So that's going to be the pull that we pull from inside. And then I've already watercolored and let dry a piece here. This one's light, so we're going to go with the light. And we're going to use our paper trimmer. So we're going to follow this guide here. So we're going to do the cutting first. And to make it easy, it's just 5/8 from each side. And it starts at 5/8 in on all sides. So the magic number for cutting is 5/8. That's it. 5/8 down to 4 5/8, which is 5/8 away from the bottom. So we are going to place this in at 5/8, which is 1/8 away from half. So you find half and then you go 1/8. Okay, and this is a little bit curved, so, and then I'm just gonna lift this up a little bit. Oh, I just popped it out. Okay, so 5/8 is right there. We're gonna go all the way down to 4 5/8. Is that really 5/8 away? Oh, there's 4 5/8. I did 3/8. That's 4 5/8 right there. Okay. Then we're gonna open this up, and then I'm just gonna do the other side. So there's half, and then there's 5/8, because I'm already at 4 5/8 right here. So I can just go all the way back up to 5/8, which is hard to see. So I think that's half. So I think that's 5/8 right there. Okay, yeah. So now I'm gonna go to 5/8 again. So there's half, so that's 5/8. And I've got it at 5/8 here, so it should match. And I'm gonna bring it down to, this time it's 3 3/8. So bring it down to 3 3/8 right here. Just see. Yep. Okay. So I have cut a little bit too much, but there's the cutting. So I'm gonna put my cutting away. So now we're gonna do 3 score lines. So we're gonna do one at 5/8, then another at 2 1/2, and then the third one at 4 1/4. Okay. So we'll go back to 5/8. So we'll find the half mark and then move over 1/8, and that's our 5/8. we'll bring up the scoring tool and we're just gonna score only in between our cut lines. So just right in between there. And then 2.5, so 2.5. So in between the cut lines, 2.5. And then all the way over to 4.25. 4.25. That's our little tab right there that we're gonna adhere to our pull tab. All right, so that's the cutting and scoring part. Oh, you know what? Darn. We're supposed to stamp first and then cut. Darn. Okay, so stamp first, then cut. So we're gonna stamp now. So I guess sometimes I forget things. Early espresso. Where did my early espresso go? So we are gonna stamp with early espresso, bunch of trees, and I've already stamped the 3 trees that are going to pull up and the 3 bunches of leaves. So I've already stamped those. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I've already done that. So at least I did that right. And let's see, where did my branch go? I have my branch. So we'll see how this looks. Hopefully it looks okay when I stamp it. Because sometimes when you stamp on a cut line or a score line, it doesn't stamp well. But we shall see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp some trees. So one about here. Okay, that turned out okay, but you see it didn't quite get into that groove. So I'm gonna have to do some cheating and grab a marker and just like fill that in. And it looks like my pad might even need to be re-inked because it's not very dark. Okay, the next one is like right about here. That one was down lower. So I'll do this one down lower or this one up higher. I'll do this one up higher. You can do it however you want. That one looks okay, but see again, I see on the crease line there's a little bit showing. Yes, I'm a little bit detail oriented. Okay, so next one I'm gonna put down here. Okay, that one turned out well. And then I'll just go up again. So I'm kind of alternating up and down, up and down. Give it a little variety. This one, gotta fill in on the creases a little bit. Right there too. Okay. And this one will go here, I guess. This one would be tricky. And then one more over here. Okay. But it is better to stamp first. Truth be known. Okay, so hopefully let's look at my hands here. The stamping of the leaves will be okay. I think because they're textured and such that they will look okay. So we'll start with the distinctive one, more full one. We'll just add those. All the way across. Okay. And then we'll do the detailed one. Just right on top. Just adds a nice layer of detail. When I'm stamping these so close together, a little bit hard to tell, but I think it adds a nice layer of detail. Okay, so there we go. There's our forest. Now we're going to use some tear and tape. So let me grab that and put that aside. And don't need the template anymore. And we're going to stamp some of the sentiments inside and outside. So we're going to, let's see. Oh, I know what that white piece of paper was for. That was for the background, because we do need, excuse me, a white piece of paper for the background. So that was 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. And that's gonna be our background that we're going to stamp our little message on here. So we can stamp that and then adhere that down. So that was, let me clean that one off. You truly inspire me. And I'm just gonna lay this down on top and flip this open. Just fold that so I can get an idea of where to stamp this. So I think about there. Okay, and then we have thank you. Wipe this one off. And that goes towards the top on this one. Sorry if my head gets in the way. I'm trying to do this. So that's going to be about here. Okay. I'll clean these off again. Okay. All right. And now we're going to do some of the cute little splatters in Misty Moonlight. So let me get a block for the splatters. So here's the cute little splatters. So let me see. I'll put the splatters like here and here. One down here. So there's that one. And then bring this back over. So we'll center that. And then we'll center this. And then we can add one over here. And one up here. And then maybe one down here. Okay. Looks good. All right, so now we can adhere everything down and assemble the card. So this is just going to be adhered flat with Stampin' Seal. Just right in the center. And then this, we're gonna fold. So we folded this back. Now we'll fold this forward. Now we'll fold this back. And this piece right here, this tab, is going to be, we're going to use tear and tape on that tab, something strong. So tear and tape should fit the bill right there. So just peel that off. And it wants to peel the whole thing off. I just want the backing, please. Thank you. Just fold that over. And we're going to place this tab and we're going to line it up with the bottom and center it on either side here. So line it up with the bottom here, the very bottom, and just center it. So like that. And that's what's going to pull this piece right here. But first we need to put tear and tape all along the sides and the bottom. Oh shoot, I needed to do some punching first. So I'm going to use the Label Me Pretty punch. This is the Label Me Pretty punch, and it has 3 punches. So we're gonna use 2 of them. We're gonna use this one right here, and this one we're going to use on the watercolored piece, and we're going to create a little thumb hold right in the center, and you can put it in as far as you want, but don't go past the score line there. So I'm gonna put it in about that far, okay? And that's gonna be so that we have a thumb hold, or actually the ribbon can go right there. So when you have it, there's the ribbon right there, so you can pull. Or if you're not doing ribbon, so you can have a thumb, a place where your thumb can grab the tab. And then you have your choice. I used the slot because I used a wide ribbon, or you can use the hole if you're using a smaller ribbon. Got glue everywhere. So the hole or the slot. So I'm going to use the slot, and I should have done this before I attached it. It would have been easier. So if you're doing the hole, you're going to insert it this way. And if you're doing the slot, you're going to insert it this way. So I'm just going to insert it, you know, about, I'm going to see my paper there. So just, you know, just line up the paper with the edge of the label punch right there. And punch. And then there's your slot. So this is a pretty handy dandy punch to have the 3 punches in it. And so there's your little slot for your ribbon. So we'll, whoops, it's down probably too low, but that'll be fine because the ribbon will be there and we're going to be pulling the ribbon, so it'll still work out. So now we're going to put the tear and tape all around the back of this, so the sides and the bottom, and I'm going to put it close to the edge here so that it doesn't interfere with the tab that I'm pulling here. I don't want it to be close to the tab and cause any issues with the tab. So I'm gonna put it close to the edge here, and I'm gonna put it all the way around. So here we are on the sides here. So just all the way around. And then we're going to attach it to the card. I'm just going to make sure it's nice and tight on there. So go ahead and remove the backing, and then you can attach it to the card, and then we'll pull it out and attach the ribbon. This is a little bit too tall here, so you can just rip that, or maybe cutting it would be better this time. So I'll just cut that off. And then we can do the ribbon next. And we will just add that centered on the card base here. So that's right here. And then if you pull the tab, it'll pull up the piece right there. It's a little bit hard without the ribbon, and I'm pulling both pieces. So let me just try to grab the one. There we go. So see, that pulls really nicely. Look at that, so cool. So I'm gonna add the ribbon now while I have this pulled out, and I'm just using the cotton ribbon that is part of a ribbon set. And I will look that up in the catalog so I can tell you the exact name. But I'm just going to grab enough ribbon so that I can tie a knot I like to tie knots for the ribbon. I think it looks nice and it's easy to pull when you do it that way, and it's not quite as bulky as some other ties. So tie a nice knot there, and then this will be easy to pull because you've got the ribbon there, and that moves really nicely there. So the last step is to just put these trees together, and that's really easy. You're just going to put some adhesive on the back. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back here, just a little bit, because I don't want it to be sticking to anything else but the tree here. So tree, tree, tree. And then I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the bottom here, and I'm just going to only add it obviously to this section right here, because that's the only part that I don't want to add it to the bottom tab or it will get bent, and obviously I don't want to add it to the top or it won't pop up like a tree here. So I only want to add the trees to this second place right here. And I do see, you know, this score line right here when I stamped the trees, whereas on this one I barely see the score line. So stamp your trees before you cut and score. It's just better. So I'm going to start with the side trees. So I'm just going to do this flat. So make sure it's not below this score line, and make sure the tree is not going off your card there so you can fit it inside your envelope. And then same with this one over here. And then do the middle one. Let's see, we'll do that one a little bit higher. Right there. Okay, and then you want to let that dry a little bit. Kind of got glue on it, so the ink runs if you get glue on it. So I got inky on my fingers. I'll wipe that off. But this is a really, really fun card to do, and you can do it with all kinds of different stamp sets, but it's really fun to just see the movement of the card and the surprise messages. And here we go. So see the trees stand up. So super fun. So I'm offering a card kit on the Beauty of Friendship suite or bundle, and it consists of these 3 designs here, 2 of each. So when you purchase the bundle, use the June Hostess code and email me and let me know that you would like this card kit, and I will send it out to you for free. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all my other videos on the Beauty of the Earth suite featuring the Beauty of Friendship bundle. I'll see you guys later. Bye.